For our customers and for this area of the industry, there are 4 simple differences about deep discovery that mean the world. Very simply, it's our ability to provide custom sandboxing to better reflect our customers' environments. It's our ability to provide actionable intelligence based on our Threat Connect information. It's our ability to cover more than just Windows malware to better reflect their organization. And lastly, it's our ability to cover all the different protocols that malware uses to communicate and propagate in an organization. Custom sandboxing is simply the ability to create a virtual target that better looks like the endpoint that may be subject to attack, so that when we analyze something that's suspicious, we detonate it in a target that is very similar to that end environment, allowing us to make a greater determination of what its actual impact will be. So why is it so important to test on the right target? You don't have to look very far to see great examples of this. Let's look at the snack food industry. This is Alestra. Alestra is one of the most studied molecules on the planet. Hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars have been spent on this molecule. Basically, it's a fat substitute with the goal of lowering blood cholesterol levels by replacing normal fats. When originally tested, this was tested on rats, and it proved very quickly that it had a great taste, but the result was lower blood cholesterol levels. Wonderfully positive result for the snack food industry. So why is this an issue? Well, you can probably guess already. Rats don't buy potato chips. So when tested on human targets, Alestra proved to also have a great taste and to lower blood cholesterol level. Unfortunately, it had a third effect, which was sudden, involuntary gastronomical distress. A real false positive for the snack food industry. This is true of our industry as well. If we provide false positives to our customers, perhaps it won't cause gastronomical distress, but it will cause other forms of distress. Industry analysts are already pointing to this fact. When you look at what Gartner's publishing around advanced threat detection and key capabilities, when they talk about sandboxing, they're recognizing that the ability to provide virtual targets that better reflect the endpoint allow you to reduce false positives and improve performance. A huge positive for our product. Other approaches commonly used in the industry rely on generic sandboxes. So sandboxes that don't truly reflect the end target, but are more generic in nature. The challenge of using these types of approaches is if you get a result, whether good or bad, you don't know if you'll have that same result on the real target in your environment. If this is a concern for your organization, and it is to many, basically the way around this is to have that company or vendor create a generic sandbox that truly reflects your environment. But there's a real challenge to this. One, it's costly and involves professional services. And if you look at how often an end computing device changes, take a look at the number of times Chrome would have automatically updated itself in the last year. It would be several hundred times. Every time that piece of software was updated, it was either addressing a security vulnerability or introducing new capabilities that could introduce other new vulnerabilities that malware could be attacking. If you didn't have the ability to update your sandbox that frequently, you'd never know if your results, whether good or bad, are truly reflective of what you'd see in your environment. If you choose to lower the uncertainty, as many do, by creating custom sandboxes through the vendor and their professional services, you need to repeat that process over and over every time the system changes. As a result, you now have a cost of ownership issue, because every time you do it, more costs are added to the solution. The second key difference is our ability to provide actionable intelligence through our Threat Connect feature in deep discovery. Threat Connect allows us to take what we've observed locally with malware operating in your environment and compare it with everything we know that's happening in the globe through all the different sensors and all the work that all our threat researchers are doing. In this way, it provides a very important context. If you're seeing something just in your environment that's not being seen anywhere in the world, you know you truly have a targeted attack against your organization. Conversely, if you're seeing something targeting your industry and seeing that happen worldwide, or even your region, you may be dealing with a less targeted attack or more general malware. The third and fourth differences are really about providing proper coverage in today's IT environment. To truly have proper coverage in today's environment, you have to deal with more than just Windows, because more than just Windows is being attacked. By the same token, it's not just about HTTP and SMTP from a protocol perspective. Malware uses many different protocols in order to communicate and propagate in an organization, and you really need to be tracking them all. One of the approaches is to use a dedicated piece of hardware for each protocol that's analyzed, with a management component in between. What this means is for the two main protocols, you'd need 3 boxes in order to cover them. In a single device, Deep Discovery can analyze over 80 protocols, allowing you to lower your total cost of ownership with a single solution. Based on our experience, it's these 4 key differences, that being custom sandboxing, our ability to provide actionable intelligence through Threat Connect, the fact that we cover more than just Windows malware, and lastly, our ability to cover all the protocols that malware communicates and propagates through, set our solution apart.